is 7:35 in the morning. We're back once again, and we're talking about home fire safety prevention, why it is so important. And honestly, I did not think I would learn so much about it. I thought I already knew what there was to know. But it turns out you can never know it all, I guess. Unless you're the experts.
Well, there's a lot to think about, and we want everyone to be safe at home. Well, when we talked about going from room to room, you want to even look at things like how do you dispose of trash? And look at your storage area. It might be inside or it might be outside, but look at your storage areas. Are things neat and tidy? Is there anything that's piling up or could possibly be a fire hazard? So those are just things that you can look at. And if you test your smoke alarm once a month, you can, or make sure that it's tested and it's working. You can go around and just spot check those other things. Just make sure you're safe.
Yeah. So I guess being neat and organized is not just one way that you just have a pretty looking house, but you can tell your parents, because let's be honest, kids don't want to be neat and organized. You can say, hey, let's not burn the house down. Put your toys away, kind of thing.
Yes, sir. You always want to make sure if you have an exit pathway that it's clear and free of any clutter. That way, if there is an emergency, there won't be any issues when you're trying to egress your house, home, or work center.
Yeah, that is definitely important because, especially, I live in the towers, right? So there's a ton of people in one building, and if something were to happen, I would hate for anything to be blocked. Now, typically that stuff is going to be inside your home. However, there's already going to be a huge influx of people trying to leave. So you don't want to make it any harder on yourself.
Correct. And make sure if there is an incident or an emergency in the towers, please do not utilize the elevators. Utilize the staircases.
Okay, that should just be common sense. That one is just like, hey, if the house is on fire, don't jump in the elevator. Don't put yourself in the metal box. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yes.
Or earthquakes, anything like that.
Yes.
Use the stairs. And in the towers, they have the stairs inside, and they have the stairs on the outside.
Correct. So we call those the actual smoke towers, which are accessible through the bedrooms in the towers.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure that's clear and free. Your door is working in there, and if you actually open your door up, make sure that there's no garbage or things of that nature that could actually impede your egress from those smoke towers. Yes.
Yeah. Housing posted something about that not too long ago. Some people had some trash out there.
Unfortunately.
Gosh, come on, guys.
Well, besides having an escape plan is practicing it with your family.
Mm-hmm.
They say at least twice a year. Some people do it once a month, but know how you would escape. What doors are your escape routes? In some housing units, it might be the alternate would be a window escape, and that might be at the ground level. If not, do you have fire ladders? There's a lot of things to think about to keep your family safe.
Yeah. So, if you live in the towers, the window is not a viable option. However, I do want to point out though that when I did my video with the fire department, they were telling me that the truck ladders, they go really high.
Yes.
So pretty much anybody, most was like 5th to 6th floors and down, you can, the ladder can access you. So fret not, because the fire department, they can help definitely.
Yes. Also, one thing that I wanted to mention, I would be remiss if I did not do so, are the emergency notification numbers that the listeners can actually call if they need emergency services. So, listeners, plug this into your cell phone if you do not have it already. 0176-531-911. If you call that from your cell phone, you will get our emergency dispatch center here on Misawa Air Base. That will allow you to access the fire department, security forces, and our med group if you need our assistance. Off base, it is 119. If you're utilizing a DSN phone, if you call direct 911, you will get our 911 dispatch center.
Awesome. Thank you very much for the information. We gotta go, but we will be back one more time to share some more information with everybody. So keep it locked right here on AM 1575.